Hello again, welcome back to the channel. Got a couple Marvel X-Men 97 items for you today. We got the X-Men X-Jet with Storm and the Cyclops and Rogue figures. Stick around, we'll go through them. Okay, and we're going to quickly look at the packaging here. As you can see, it is very bright, very vibrant colors. The box for the jet is actually almost in the shape of an X, which is pretty cool. The colors all match each other. You do get sort of the same X-Men graphic here, 97, as you see here. You also get this same graphic here showing the team on the box here and on the side panel here. I do like this packaging because this is a new line and it's not a sort of a classic line like G.I. Joe or Star Wars. I'm okay with it not being on a card with a blister, and I'm glad that they've left these figure boxes open so you can at least look inside and see the figure and kind of compare paint applications when there's multiple on the shelf. These two, you can see, they came out pretty good. I did have a few to pick from. There's a picture of them with their one accessory, and here on the back. And the box here for the jet, it does state that it is plastic-free packaging. Hero carrier, hero swing, the two sort of play features that are on the jet. There's Storm, she's in the jet flying it. Here she is, and she's got some kind of an effect there as well. It does show that the jet does have a firing play feature as well. There's the side of the box. That side we mentioned already, and there's the back of the box. X-Men Team X-Jet and Storm. Looks like there's two projectiles. The canopy does open up. It's a nice red plastic, it looks like, and it does have epic gear inside. So that's what that feature is. And then there's her on the hero swing, and here she is on the hero carrier. So that's the box, guys. I do like it. Looks pretty cool. Let's get it open. All right, I've got the X-Jet out of the box, and there is a little bit of assembly required. It does come with some instructions here. Very basic instructions. So let me get it put together and I'll be right back, guys. All right, here's the X-Jet fully assembled, and it looks pretty good. It does have the one firing effect on this side. And it looks like this one is really just, you can pull it in and out. It looks like it's just for you to kind of store it. And it just clicks in. But before we go for any more of the jet, let's take a look at the figures really quick. Here is the Rogue. I've got them all with their accessory. She's got this cool sort of, let's see her fist through this translucent green sort of power effect. And she's pretty good. I don't have any, this is my only Rogue, representation in my collection. And it's a pretty good, representation. It's not bad. She's got the nice X belt there, belt buckle. Very cool. Very cool. All three have the same articulation, pretty standard for these epic heroes. Ball jointed head, but you don't get too much on the Rogue because of her hair. Ball hinged shoulders, elbows, nothing in the waist, nothing in the wrist. Ball hinged hips, knees, single hinged knee, single hinged elbow, and nothing below the knee, no ankle. But not bad. It's just enough. I do consider this a toy line for kids. So, it doesn't have to be super articulated, but it's got just enough, it's got just enough goodies there to have some fun with and get some good poses and, use your imagination. These are pretty good. I think, let's do Storm next. So she obviously comes with the X-Jet. She does have this cape. It does come out. The instructions have you putting it on, but it did come on already. She's got this cool blast effect again, like a translucent sort of yellow. Does have a little part to clip to her wrist. It's very soft. It looks like you can push her hand all the way down it, sort of cover her whole arm if you want. Unfortunately, these little clips they have here, I think in the instructions they actually do show you clipping this to her arms or her wrists, and you can do one, but it won't really hold. But it obviously it won't do the other. You can only do one or the other. They didn't use a soft enough plastic or soft goods, material that allow you to do that. I'm sort of tempted to clip off these little yellow clips here and just leave it as a hanging sort of cape, because the clips give the illusion that it can clip to something, but it really can't. And it's a little bit of an eyesore. It'd be better if those just weren't there at all. But I know, from the cartoon, she usually had it connected to her. This head sculpt's really good, though. Really cool mohawk. I could see people using, maybe you use this head on a boss fight studio or something and sort of creating a custom storm. Again, she's got the X there. Just like Rogue, she has a very flattering figure. Same exact articulation, though she does have the indent there of like a boot, but there's no cut there. There's no extra articulation. But overall, she's nice. I think her head sculpts were really cool. It's probably a little bit better than the Rogue. Gold earrings. It's cool. Again, this is my only representation of Storm in my collection. But I think the best figure out of these three, for me, my opinion, is the Cyclops. He's a little bulkier, he's a guy, so he's a little bit heavier. Same exact articulation. The Rogue does come with a fist, one hand with the fist, and it's in her accessory there. But I do like that he came with the fist to sort of punch people out. All of their accessories, the gimmick this is probably the weakest of them. And I think we've seen this before actually in some Marvel Universe. But he's cool. I like him. This is when I think of Cyclops, this is what I think of him. Storm, I have a couple pictures in my mind of her. And that's Rogue, but I don't think it looks quite as close to the cartoon as this. This is a 10 out of 10. That's probably like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 for the Rogue. And there's many versions of Storm. I'm thinking of her black outfit is probably, that or this white one. So she's got two. But this is a really good figure. I really like this Cyclops. It's got the boots, the yellow, all these colors, the 90s colors, they just pop. They're just stand out, But yeah, this is a good little figure. Really like it. You're only gonna get, I told you guys earlier, and I'll bring some out. I passed on the Wolverine because I have some really good Marvel Universe representations of Wolverine. But I think this is, out of all these X-Men ones, this is the best one, even better than that Storm. But if you want the X-Jet, she's gonna come with it. So. But yeah, this is a good figure. So let's move on to the Jet. The Jet's really cool. It's got this really nice blue, just like in the packaging. Here's the opening canopy. It does stay up if you push it all the way back. There's a lot of good sculpting in there on the console, the controls and everything. But it's in all yellow plastic. But the effort was put in there, just not the paint. The sculpt's there, but not the paint. Let's see. Cyclops being the biggest of the figures, he fits right in perfectly with room to spare. And the canopy closes. It's a nice red plastic canopy. The one of the play features here is the sort of looks like a jet ski, sort of. You just stand up on the back. Forgot what the box called it. What do they call it? Called it the Hero Carrier. So, and it's kind of open right there. I'm not sure why. You could actually fit the figure in there, but it does have a peg, and the figures all do have pegs. And then this is probably the better feature, I think, is the drop down sort of hero swing, they call it. And it is on a ball joint, so it does give you some movement there, and they just hold right onto it. You just grab right onto it. And they do, you know, all the figures come with one open hand, so at least one of the hands they can hold on to. Not that Rogue wouldn't just be flying, but it's cool. It's nice. It does have this like a kickstand here on the front, and then it sits on these back wings that you do put in. And I guess that would be my only criticism, is it does sit on those wings on the back, and I can see eventually, you could see a little give there. Eventually a kid might, and this is a toy line for kids, I could see it, those bottom wings kind of snapping off from the pressure of putting it down. It's too bad they just didn't put one more of these, maybe just right here on the end, to keep it from doing that. That would be my only real criticism of it. It is, it's not the Blackbird, you know, it is the X-Jet. So I can't really complain about the size or anything. It does have a little opening there to get your nail under to pop that open. Overall, it's nice though. It's a nice little fighter jet. And the fact that you can carry, you know, 3 figures on it, 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. It's nice. I'm imagining like on most of the Epic Hero stuff, eventually these will go on sale, but it might be a while, because from everything I understand, all of those figures that we saw on the packaging, the team, the Beast, Morph, Bishop, who else? Jubilee, they're all going to come out eventually. So I would imagine as long as they keep pumping out X-Men, this isn't going to go on sale yet. So once they're finally all done with the line, and maybe it will keep going, then it will probably go on sale. So if you hold out long enough, you could probably grab it. The Epic Hero stuff for the Guardians, you know, they moved it out really quick because it was, you know, attached to the movie. The movie's out of the theaters now. It's on Blu-ray. It's streaming on Disney Plus, and they still have a lot of the toys, so they're clearancing them. This, I don't think that will happen to. It's possible that it does, but not, and I imagine that it will, but just for a longer time. The Guardian stuff was only in the stores for 2 or 3 months, and then it's already clearanced. This stuff, I'm not quite sure. But overall, I think it's a buy. I think it's pretty cool. I would pick it up. I would even be tempted to get a second one to have 2, because it's not the Blackbird. It is like an X-Men fighter jet. So usually fighter jets, you know, they operate in squadrons or pairs with a wingman, if you've ever seen Top Gun or anything. So these are buys, man. I think if you're only going to get one figure, I'd get the Cyclops. But why stop there? These figures, I think, are $7.99 or $8.99, so they're quite reasonable compared to, you know, Star Wars Vintage Collection, or you know, of course, the higher end Acid Rain, Joy Toy, that kind of stuff. These are quite accessible. You find these at the Target or Walmart, just hanging on the peg. There's also the hero ones that come with the like little robots. I just saw the other day, I saw the, oh man, I forget his name now. Well, the ones that come, you know, the Black Panther and the Iron Man and the Thor and the Hulk, that come with like a little robot or something, attachments to. I'm kind of staying away from those. But these, I think, are pickups. I would like to build the team out, especially the Gambit. When the Gambit comes out, I'll probably pick that up. But that is my overview, guys. I'm going to shoot a few photos with these guys. I don't have too much to go with them. Oh, you know, before I do that, though, let's grab some of the other X-Men I have in the Marvel Universe. All right, guys, so I've got some of my X-Men here. I did have a little bit of trouble standing Storm up. These two seem to stand much better than her. Her balance is a bit off. That's the only version of Beast I have. I've got Cable there, Bishop. Oh, man, I forget his name now. And there's a version of Forge from the Wolverine cartoon. So I've got lots of Wolverines. Let me just show you really quick. Here's three different versions of Wolverine here. And then I actually have two of these yellow ones. And I think this one probably matches best with these guys. And I think that works. You know, he's shorter, he's got the costume. It's not exactly right, but it's pretty close. And that's why I passed on the Wolverine that they have. I would recommend this one or even this one. The yellow's just a little bit different over that one that's out there now. But if if you need one, you don't have one, then I'd grab it. It's only $8. But this is sort of my X-Men team that I have. I would like to replace, oh, I forgot my Gambit. I do have the Marvel Universe Gambit, but I forgot him. And I forgot this guy's name. I can't remember it off the top of my head for some reason right now. I would like to replace this Beast with the 97 Beast. And it looks like they're going to probably give us a Bishop, so that would be nice. But, as far as articulation and paint and sculpt, you can't really beat the Marvel Universe stuff. But these are really good still. And Cyclops, I think he's still in line in scale. And so is Rogue and Storm. So I do think these fit in to fill in those holes in your collection. But that is the video, guys. So I'm going to shoot some photos now. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope I didn't ramble too long. But thank you for watching. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.